It is. Or on a or. And I'm in beautiful Broward County, Florida. I had no idea the state was so beautiful. And this is Minneahaha Falls. I didn't know they had so many hills. I don't know where the palm trees are, though. And this place looks fucking cool. And this is my first time I'm getting a video in 4K at this location. You know, this is from the falls. That's fucking cool. This time I went to this location with an 4K camera. And I'm walking back towards the actual falls to get it in the video. I didn't realize how beautiful Florida is, because this is Florida, and because of the beautiful waterfall here, it proves that there is a God and God exists. And I'm so blessed that Ron DeSantis is my governor, and God chose him to be president. Well, actually, he dropped out of the race. Turns out that God must not have chose DeSantis to be president. And God chose Rick Santorum to be president. And God chose Ted Cruz to be president. And, of course, well, then it turns out that God chose Trump to be president. He was president, unfortunately. And he had, unfortunately, a good shot. I won't say good, but a strong possibility of becoming president again, unfortunately. I'm crazy about Biden. Biden's part of the establishment. And Trump is not anti-establishment anyway. But God chose Trump to be president. And Rick Santorum and Ted Cruz. And how can people believe all this fucking bullshit? What kind of God would choose Trump to be president? Ain't the God I'd want to worship. I'd rather be in a church. I think the Church of David Carradine. I don't think David Carradine would choose Trump to be president. I think David Carradine would choose me to be president if he had enough power or strength to overcome all this fucking bullshit and corruption and evil people who are in charge of everything, and evil people who own everything. But this is a beautiful park, a beautiful waterfall. I should learn to live in the present moment and appreciate things like this, which I do appreciate good things. People accuse me of not appreciating the good things in life because they jump to conclusions and are fucking assholes. By the way, this is not... Well, if you believe this is Florida, then I got a bridge to sell you. The old Order IW bridge? Oh, well, on in Baltimore. Those bridges did not fall. Those bridges are... So I got a bridge. I'll sell you one of those new bridges for millions of dollars. It's certainly one of the... Murderapolis was a fucking disappointment for a lot of reasons, but this is definitely one of the gems of Murderapolis in Minnesota. Is this? You hear the running water because it just got off a waterfall. Niagara Falls, I'm sure, is bigger. It's much bigger. Probably more interesting. But this is what the rivers look like in Colorado, near the Rocky Mountains and things like that, even at the foothills of the mountains. in northern Minnesota as well. You don't see Florida rivers in Florida looking this way. Florida's just an ugly cesspit, overrated, ugly, expensive cesspit of fucking shit. The houses are overpriced. The rents are fucking horrible. The wages suck. How the fuck can anyone in their right mind even want to live there? And the weather's too fucking hot with high dew points. I didn't check the dew point in Florida. It had cooled down a little bit where the highs were in the like 80 degrees. But I checked the dew point yesterday, the dew point, so it cooled off a little bit. The dew point was on F7, which isn't bad by Florida standards, but yesterday the dew point was X to X in Florida. Which means it's starting to get fucking horrible again. That's right, I gotta live in the present moment and enjoy the running water here. That's why I came here. He said came. He said came. That's something my parents also did not do, was live in the present moment. Well, I was taking a computer programming class for computers when computers were not user friendly. And 2 days later, he went to Starved Rock in Illinois. Starved Rock is an interesting place. I want to get the falls. Got a fence to break through here. And people have been going through anyway, despite the fence being here. I'm just getting too old to do shit like this, so... You know, they spray graffiti here. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Yeah, finally you don't have the sun in the way. The falls looks fucking cool. It's definitely a cool looking place. I dread walking up those damn fucking stairs though. That's why I can't stand having to do that. Oh, they went through the fence. And then we're old to do shit. If I was with someone, I might do it. You know, I can do it when I'm by myself. And well, that doesn't look like. Looks like there's only one way out of here, and that's walking up those horrible stairs. As I was saying, when I was taking data processing when I was in high school, and because I had Asperger's, it's difficult learning that shit. Computers were not user-friendly at the time. So they sent a letter to my parents that I was failing the class. So my mother decided when we went to Starved Rock to bitch and scream at me for 2 fucking hours while I was there. And shaming me. She wouldn't know how to do any of that shit, but she sure as hell knew how to shame the fuck out of me. I did pass the class, but with a D. And they started out with the toughest computer program, which was COBOL at the time. Then, if I had BASIC, I might have done okay. You can start out with something easy. Oh. The point I'm trying to make when we were at Starved Rock, we should have just enjoyed Starved Rock and enjoyed the interesting things there. No, Marion had to my mother had to spend 2 fucking hours bitching at me like that was going to solve the problem. And he never solved any fucking thing. All it did was get me pissed off. And that's just one aspect of the horrible shit I went through. So the point I'm trying to make, my parents were not very good at living in the present moment. They were actually deplorable being able to live in the present moment. Which brings me to what happened on December 2010 when I was declined the credit card purchase. And I was pissed and upset. And did my mother handle it by being understanding and sympathetic? No, she handled it by being a fucking bitch. Which reminds me of another horrible thing happened when this fucking cunt took my cat away from me, and my mother called me 10 minutes later. And I was really upset and pissed off at her. Can't really mention what I wanted to do to her. Can't say that. But my mother... I was so pissed off at that fucking cunt for taking the cat away from me. And my mother said I should just let it go. Meanwhile, on December 2010, after I was pissed off after being denied the credit card, or declined the credit card purchase, my mother decides to bring up the rampage I had when I lived in Florida, when the temperature was the hottest that it had ever been during the month of February, and this fucking dingleberry fucking piece of shit comes walking in our backyard. There's children in this neighborhood. I don't give a fuck. You think I'm supposed to... That happened on fucking cruddy Valentine's Day Eve on Tenanda.org. So my mother was expecting me to let go of something that happened 10 minutes ago. But at the time, that was 26 fucking years ago. So I was supposed to let it go for something that happened 10 minutes ago, but she couldn't let go of something that happened X fucking years ago. Total double standards. Well, I was supposed to live in the present moment and enjoy the cool waterfall. No, I'm almost out of time here. Glad I got here to make a couple of videos. As always, I'm so glad I have Asperger's, because I do make the most interesting videos in the world, and I shoot from the hip and I say what's on my mind. I don't say a bunch of bullshit, and I don't pretend that things don't suck, and I don't pretend that things ain't bullshit. And people get to see my videos and hear my spoken words are the chosen people, even if they don't like it. And those who don't like it, it means they have a stick up their ass. But it gives them a chance to pull that stick out of their ass, so there's a good chance that a bunch of diarrhea will come out of it. But it's well worth it, because it's like having a colon cleanse and a brain cleanse, and most people need a brain cleanse. And then when all that diarrhea and that poison out of your system, you'll feel so much better and happy, and you'll learn how to have an open mind, and you'll get to appreciate people like me. That's the point of living in the present. Then I could live. It's a lot easier to live in the present moment, I guess. Of course, there's a lot of shit in the world. I come here to get away from the shit in the world. I want to enjoy the good things in life. I can't make the shit that happened go away. What I can do is just enjoy the interesting things in life. And it sucks my Chicago area trip ended, but it did, unfortunately. Yeah, but at least I got the videos from the Chicago area trip. And whenever a vacation comes to an end, it really fucking sucks and blows. Being able to make interesting and thought-provoking videos greatly reduces the suck, and I want to enjoy doing some of the local things when I'm not on vacation, such as what I just did now, and had an interesting thought-provoking commentary. And I hope you enjoyed Minneahaha Falls, because it's very fucking cool and interesting.